right, well, both guys are ready to go. They both definitely seem to be in great shape.
Absolutely. Both made weight without any problem yesterday at the weigh-in. Nobody had to drain or cut any unnecessary pounds last minute, so there's really no edge in that department whatsoever. And we're just about ready to go. Round number 1. GIOVANELLA, both in red and black trunks. GIOVANELLA in the tighter trunks.
Yeah, and again, goes right after it. Right to that clinch, wants to get that takedown right against the fence.
Try to hook that leg. Now, if you're DESJARDIN, what are you trying to do here to prevent him from doing that?
Well, you can't let him get that head control. A lot of great wrestlers are going to try to grab that head and control it. So, you know, he's got to try to get underhooks, and he's got to try to get his body up. And once you get there, you turn off the fence. But like you saw, you know, he got some good head control and used that little, like, judo throw to get him down.
Early takedown for GIOVANELLA, kind of what we expect.
Yep.
A lot of what we saw in his fight against Gilvan Santos in June.
And he does a great job here. He really puts a lot of pressure on his head, so he can't, you know, and then he's going to tripod up on his feet and land punches. As he passes, now he's in half guard.
DESJARDIN just trying to do everything within his power to sprawl his way out of this.
He's got to get that underhook. See,
he's getting those legs wrapped around the waist, well, at least momentarily, and you see GIOVANELLA just sort of reestablish his position.
Yeah, Theo's got a chance to get that underhook. He's got to get that underhook and get his hips out to be able to get back to his feet, and he can use the cage here. But GIOVANELLA's doing a great job. Again, he's tripoding up on his feet, how he does that, and lands punches down. And he keeps his head position on his head right there, so it's really difficult, you know, to grab him and keep him down or to submit him or do anything, even to throw strikes. And then he stands up and comes back down. Now he's back to side go.
Technique sharp so far for GIOVANELLA, doing a little bit of everything, landing some shots to the rib cage, standing up like you said, dropping one down just for good measure.
Now it looks like he's looking for an arm here. He decided to work that Americana.
Sneaking in some left hands. 3.5 to go in round number 1. Early takedown for GIOVANELLA, and here we are, right where GIOVANELLA likes it.
Yeah, Theo's doing a good job though. He keeps getting his guard back. And right here, I'm going to look for Billy again to tripod up. He's going to tripod up like he does right now and punch down. And see, this makes it very difficult for Theo to get any kind of control or to land any kind of significant strike. See him going for a triangle here. He just postures right up and he passes his guard. He looks like he's going for a head triangle here from top. Now he's in more of the north-south position. No real crazy damage here, just landing some little strikes, looking for position. Again, back to side control.
But this does take the win out of you.
Absolutely, because on the bottom, like, you know, you're not that you're panicking, but you're constantly moving, trying to get underhooks and trying to move around a lot. Great roll. He timed that great. When he went to jump over the mount, Theo just kept rolling to that side.
Nice roll by DESJARDIN. Now he's on his feet.
Excellent trip. Great action here. Billy grabs him by the ankles and uses his legs and pushes him up to get him to fall right to his back.
And for a second there, it seemed like DESJARDIN may have some momentum, but GIOVANELLA takes over right away. 2:19 to go in round number 1.
But Theo's doing a good job here. He's not letting him break up his posture. Right here, I'm expecting him to start attacking off of his back. But Billy's doing a great job, keeping his head right on his chest or underneath his chin and just not letting him go anywhere. Pulls out of it, punches down, and passes again.
GIOVANELLA really controlling the action for the most of this opening round.
Yeah, now he's got him almost in that crucifix. Either look for him to grab that arm, or he's going to try to just, you know, land some unanswered punches to his face from here. Good job by Theo getting that arm back in there. Now he steps right over the mount. Excellent transition. Oh, and Theo again rolls right out of it. It looks like he's got some sort of an arm triangle here from the bottom, but it's not really in any danger.
We'll see if GIOVANELLA can
excellent
flip back
sweep.
Over, and there he goes.
See, Theo keeps his weight up. He's not dropping his hips down, so it's making him really light. You know, it's like having a table and a ball, you know, over a ball. It's just really easy to sweep somebody. Excellent butterfly hook sweep.
Well, GIOVANELLA's done a nice job adjusting to everything that DESJARDIN has tried to do.
But to Theo's credit, he keeps getting his guard back no matter what position he's gotten in. He's gotten out of a crucifix, he's gotten out of a mount. He keeps getting that guard back. He's got to work to get back to his feet, though, here.
1 minute to go in round number 1. We'll see if DESJARDIN can get on his feet and maybe try to establish some part of a stand-up game. It's been all on the ground thus far.
Yeah, and I like Billy's style. He keeps it very simple. Like I said, he keeps that head either on his chest or under his chin, and he keeps tripoding up and punching down like that. It's very frustrating to deal with a guy that does stuff like that. That's something that, you know, Chael Sonnen, really good high-level wrestlers in the UFC do stuff like that. And it really just takes away, you know, can wear you out.
All right, final 30 seconds of this opening round.
Here he comes tripoding up. He's going to look to punch down again.
If he can get a hand free and possibly just add to his dominance.
Boom, now he punches down. See, it makes it very hard for Theo to attack anything when he comes up like that into that tripod position.
There's really not a whole lot he can do.
Nope.
At this point now, it's a matter of survival. These final 10 seconds.
Because he is trying, you can see him trying to shove the arm through to look for a triangle. But right here, Theo's got to start to use that cage to wall walk and get this fight back to the feet.
Well, that'll do it for round number 1. So far, all Billy Giovanella. We'll come back and see how it goes in round 2 if Theo DESJARDIN can make an adjustment.
CES is proud to introduce tonight's sponsor.
And now, Greg, let's try to listen into Theo DESJARDIN's corner to see what advice he's given here after this opening round.
From electric motors to aluminum cans, old ladders, and other household metal items, J&S accepts a variety of scrap metal. Check them out today at J&S.
They're telling him he's going to start throwing his hands a little bit more. He can't move straight back like that, because when Billy's allowed to drive him to the fence, he's got great takedowns against the fence, as you saw that little judo throw. He's going to circle out. He's going to keep his feet moving. Because the second that he stops moving, that's when Billy's going to attack, and he's going to put him against the cage and put him on his back. And you see Billy's good in the ground. He's very heavy on top, and he's hard to get off you.
If you can't hit him with the elbows right away, use those palms. The box is fucking here.
See, again, his corner's telling him he's got to start striking from the bottom. He's got to loosen things up. He's got to start throwing elbows. He's got to give Billy something to think about when he's on his back. See, throwing elbows and strikes off your back is very important, I think, because, you can cut people. It gives them something to think about. And guys that are on top, they're not going to posture up as much. Plus, you can get a good stall, too, and a lot of times referees will stand it up if you stall them.
All right, round number 2 between Billy Giovanella and Theo DESJARDIN.
Coming forward a little bit more, throwing the jab a little more, but this is what he doesn't want right here. He's got to get his back off that cage. He's got the underhooks here. Now he's got to get that body. He's got to get his body up. Here comes the head throw again. Very, very nice.
And as you said, he tried momentarily to establish some stand-up, but Giovanella just drove him right into the cage right away.
Again, he knows exactly where he wants to be, and he goes right after it.
It's going to be incredibly frustrating for DESJARDIN to try to open things up and take the advice of his corner, only to have it all go for naught the minute Giovanella fires in there and takes him down.
Oh, absolutely. It's very tough, obviously, when a game plan doesn't work out, and when the other guy's game plan, obviously, he's executing it without any problem. But the thing is here is if Theo can pop his head out, he can almost take his back. But he's got a pretty good hold on it here. And look for him to start to trap this arm. Theo's right arm, he's going to start to try to trap that, I believe. It seems like he's grabbing onto it right now to set up maybe an Americano. Yep, there he goes, Theo. See, he popped that head out, he can take his back. Oh, he rushed it a little bit too much. Good job by Theo, though.
A little bit ahead of himself, and Giovanella just kept his composure. And there they are, right back in that familiar
position. And now
position.
He jumps right over the mount. This is not a good spot against the cage. You don't really have anywhere to move.
A series of lefts and rights for Giovanella. A few are sneaking in, not many doing a ton of damage here.
Theo's got to buck up, or he's got to try to give him his back to try to get into a better position, or this fight's going to get stopped.
And I think this might be it.
That's it.
It is. Well, 3:20 to go in round number 2. And Billy Giovanella wins by knockout, surprisingly, but set up by his ground game, obviously.
No, that was it. He knew what he wanted to do going into this fight. He stuck right to his game plan, and he went right after it. That's what the Connors MMA guys do. He showed very good wrestling. Those head and arm, those takedowns are really, really good. And from the top, he was relentless. He kept posturing up, tripoding up, landing those punches, passing his guard. And he was relentless. And, tough break for Theo. I mean, he was in there. He kept moving, but he just couldn't stay on his feet.
And once Giovanella got that mount position midway through that round, there were just too many unanswered blows. And the referee at that point really has no choice but to step in and stop it.
Absolutely.
And we're going to see how this one ends, Greg. Just take one more look.
Well, Mike, as you can see, he's got him mounted. And now when Theo's head is against the cage like that, it's very hard to move. You can't wall walk, obviously, when you're mounted. So he's got no choice but to either give up his back so he can sink his hooks in and then try to work out from there. Or if you stay here, you got to buck up. But obviously, you're taking punches left and right from here. So it's very difficult. Tough position.
That big left snuck in underneath. That kind of dazed him a bit. And then you see the hands just drop at that point. There's another angle. There's the big one that got in there. Just coming down over the top of the rights. Left hooks underneath. And right there, that was all she wrote.
Absolutely. Very heavy mount.
Let's send it down to Bill Carpenter for the official particulars.
Ladies and gentlemen, the official time, 1 minute, 41 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO. In the blue corner, Billy the Wolverine Giovanella.